play. Guess who? Body up the middle, making another move to the outside. 15, 10, end zone again.
Keeps it. Nice move by Brown. He's got space. He's got 6. 35-yard touchdown for Byron Brown. A record-setting night for the South Florida quarterback.
Down so far, a little bit of a high snap. Jeanty right up the middle. Jeanty has room. Ashton Jeanty, give him 6.
Second and long. Lagar tries to fit it in. Runnels, it does. Runnels stays up. The Suns offense 4-3 wins. Incredible effort for Runnels.
The G5 Hive. All G5, all the time.
Welcome to the G5 Hive Live. We're excited to bring you the G5 college football coverage you love each and every week. I am Luke, and I'm joined by my co-host, Justice. It's only taken all year long, but I've kind of figured out the finger pointing. I got it. We are only 3 subscribers away from 500 on YouTube, so wherever you are watching or listening to us, we would greatly appreciate you heading over to YouTube and hitting that subscribe button. The G5 Hive merchandise stores is now live. Link in the YouTube comments, as well as pinned to our X page in the bottom of the screen here. If you're watching us on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button like I mentioned earlier. And if you're watching us on X, please give us a follow, a like, and a retweet. And if you're listening to us in podcast form, please rate and review. 5 stars only. We don't want anything less than a 5-star. Just like everything that we give you each and every week, 5 stars, nothing less. What do you got for us, Justice?
So if you've been paying attention the last couple of weeks, we started this, 3 weeks ago, I think now. And we kind of went through all the different awards. And then we've updated them 1 or 2 at a time. The weeks leading up to the awards. We did Sean Dolak, Sean Dolak didn't get the Burlsworth Award either again this week. He did not get he didn't get named a finalist for the Butkus Award for Best Linebacker, which was just absolutely ludicrous. But the kid from Oregon won the Burlsworth Award tonight. I was watching that. The Burlsworth Award goes to the nation's best whoever they were a walk-on at one point. He was nominated. It was him, a kid from Oregon, and I forget who the third guy was, but it was also a P4 player. But anyway, so tonight we're going to talk about the Heisman and the Hendricks Award. So, today the Heisman finalists got announced. It's running back Ashton Jeanty, Boise State, wide receiver cornerback Travis Hunter, Colorado, quarterback Dylan Gabriel from Oregon, and quarterback Cam Ward from Miami. Personally, I think Bryson Daly deserved to go to New York. I would probably put him in over Cam Ward, I think. Or, you can make the case for Dylan Gabriel too. But that's not what happened. And I think the whole country knows it's really a 2-horse race. It's Ashton Jeanty versus Travis Hunter. We made the case for Ashton Jeanty 3 weeks ago. He's done nothing but strengthen his case, in my opinion. But probably the biggest argument, you see their stats here on the screen. I don't have Travis's defensive stats. Can't fit everything on there. But I do have his offensive stats. Ashton Jeanty, 2,497 rushing yards, 30 total touchdowns. And this is probably the most impressive one. The next 3 are the most impressive, I guess. 1,882 yards after contact. Pretty sure that's good for number 2 in the country. So, that's how impressive of a year he's having. His missed tackles, 135. That's absolutely insane. And then 116 first downs. Travis Hunter, his receiving stats, 92 receptions, 1,152 yards, 15 touchdowns, 396 yards after the catch, 23 missed tackles forced, and 53 first downs. And he also plays defense. I think he has 4 interceptions on the year. But I think to me, what is the Heisman Trophy about? What is it for? It's for the best player in college football. And I guess you can define that a lot of different ways, but to me, this next question I've seen posed on social media kind of boils it down for me, and it to me is a resounding answer for who the best player in college football is. But Luke, if we were to put Ashton Jeanty on the Colorado Buffaloes, put Travis Hunter on the Boise State Broncos, do you think Colorado is now a playoff team?
I think they're probably on the brink. I think probably yes, just because of the Big 12. I also think, offensive line goes into play a little bit. Colorado's offensive line just isn't that great. But then I think we see Ashton Jeanty get used in a different way that he got used here. I think we see him being more utilized as a receiving back and catching balls out of the backfield and maybe lining up in the slot a little bit. So I still think, we would see, I think his numbers would obviously be drastically different because I don't think, he still had a whole bunch of missed tackles. So I think it still would have been very good. But honestly, maybe he would be even better because he would have X amount of receiving yards for, this and this. Maybe, it's not the almost 2,500. Maybe it's closer to 1,800. And then you have maybe, I don't even know what you'd have receiving. Let's just say 800 yards or something. Like it would still be pretty awesome.
But I guess, to me, the important thing is not necessarily what his stats would be, but that he would elevate the team to being a playoff team, most likely.
Yeah, I think so, because then you're got another thing they got to worry about. Because right now, when you play Colorado, you don't have to really worry about them running the ball.
If you put Travis Hunter on Boise State, you think Boise State is the number 3 seed and still a playoff team?
Probably not.
Yeah, those are the conclusions I come to. I think Ashton Jeanty would make Colorado a playoff team. Travis Hunter would negate the playoffs for Boise State. He just doesn't. I'm not saying Travis Hunter isn't a good player. He is, and what he's doing is incredible. But what Ashton Jeanty is doing is generational, right? We haven't seen this in I don't know, Barry Sanders, right? And that was in the 80s. And so, to me, it's just the resounding answer is that it's Ashton Jeanty. But, if that argument's not good enough for you, I said, okay, well, let's look at their best competition. When they played the team that they played that I would consider the best. For Colorado and Travis, I would say that was Kansas State. At the time, Kansas State was number 18 in the nation. And his stats against Kansas State, he had 3 catches for 26 yards on the offensive side. On the defensive side, he had 2 tackles, 1 solo tackle. That's it. Look at Ashton Jeanty's stats against the best competition that Boise State played, and that would be against the number 1 team in the nation, the Oregon Ducks. He had 192 yards rushing, 3 rushing touchdowns, 2 receptions for 8 yards. He was the reason that they had a shot to win that game. Impressive season. Ashton has more rushing yards than 100 college football teams. So that's the team's total. He has more yards than 100 of them. He has 12 rushes of 50 or more yards. Do you know who the next closest is?
No idea.
Well, first of all, it's not an individual player. It's a team. He has more 50-yard rushes, than every team in the country, and he has 12 of them. The next closest is Notre Dame and Navy. They each have 7. You can look at 30-yard rushes, 40-yard rushes, 60-yard rushes, 70-yard rushes, and Ashton Jeanty has more of those than any team in the nation. It's just, I don't know. Like, to me, it's a slam dunk choice. Vegas will tell you it's a slam dunk for Travis Hunter. I think it was said on national TV that if you only let the coaches vote for the Heisman, it'd be unquestioned that Ashton Jeanty would win because where he has taken this team. Not only has he, put up, generational stats, he's carried this team to a college football playoff and a bye. Ashton Jeanty played Saturday. Did Travis Hunter play Saturday or Friday? No, he didn't. And he's not playing in the playoffs either. And so to me, it's a slam dunk. Ashton Jeanty. I hope the voters do the right thing. Again, not trying to knock Travis Hunter. He's a great player. He's gonna, go on and go to the NFL and maybe he's gonna get drafted higher in the NFL draft, and that's all fine and dandy. But that's not what the award's for. The awards for the most outstanding player, and in my mind, there's no doubt about it. It's Ashton Jeanty. He's got the stats. He has taken his team to a level that great players do, and that's what Ashton did. So I just hope the voters do the right thing and vote for Ashton Jeanty.
I was thinking about this the other night when I was, thinking about, what we were going to talk about Jeanty. And I feel so nervous. I just feel nervous that he's not going to win it. And I feel like, just with how media is and what they're, what puts butts in seats, I am very much I think I've talked about this, in some fashions. As I get older and older, I believe in conspiracy theories. I believe, this is a business. I believe they're going to try to do things, to help pump up, their friends in the business and stuff. I mean, you don't have any facts around it, but it's that's what it feels like. But also, part of me is going to be shocked if he wins it, even though I believe he should, just because I don't know if I could get over the fact that I can't believe that other people believe that yet. Just because of all the hate or shade thrown on the G5 over the years. I think that would be pretty monumental and something that is groundbreaking.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, he is a generational talent. He is putting up numbers that we haven't seen in, like I said, since the 80s. And, and not only is he doing that, he's also elevated the play of his team. And that's what great players do. And, to me, it's a slam dunk for the Heisman. I don't disagree that Travis Hunter is a good player, great player, but he's not the best cornerback. He's not the best receiver. It's clear that Ashton Jeanty is the best running back in the nation. I don't think anyone would argue that point. And so, that and the fact that, his play has elevated his team to, the number 3 seed and a bye in the college football playoffs, just pretty remarkable and a testament to his talent. So Ashton Jeanty for Heisman. Voters, do the right thing.
All right. A little bit shorter of a show for us this week. Thank you all for tuning in all year long. But come back and join us next week as we discuss what happened in that Army-Navy game and the salutes to Veteran Bowl, as well as look forward to the next set of G5 Bowl games. And as always, we bring you up to date on all the latest news and happenings in the world of G5 college football. Again, if you're watching us on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button. We are 3 away from 500. Help us get to 500. If you're watching us on X, please give us a retweet, a like, and a follow. And if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, please subscribe. Leave those 5-star ratings and reviews. Thank you all for your support. Until next time, we are the G5 Hive.